All right. Okay. Just gonna get this clamped down correctly, and then we can start. All right, everybody. As you can clearly see, I have been put in a fenced-off area, but I figure that's no excuse. We can still do some unboxings. So let's get this camera set up here. As we do here. Obviously, you know, I'm in a fenced-off area, an undisclosed location. But you know, that's not going to stop me from doing live streams. So we have these secret weapon miniatures Kickstarter stuff. This is the Tablescape miniature stuff. So this is Tablescape terrain secret weapon miniatures. Very interesting stuff. Let's see what we got. And actually, you know what? I'm gonna actually get real close to this thing because. And please let me know if you can actually hear me or not. I'm talking right into the camera, so I'm assuming everybody can hear me. But yeah, I just decided to do this outside today because it's so nice. I actually have forgotten what was unlocked and what was not unlocked in this Kickstarter, so this will be a surprise for both of us, really. Let's see here. Oh, there's some paperwork there. We want to make sure that's not going to be valuable there. So that's not too bad. We have the list of items that we received, which is all SKUs. So I actually don't know what those SKUs mean. So we'll just have to actually just open these up and take a look. All right, we have some nice cardboard protection here. We have some, what is this? This is all crinkly paper, so that's weird. And yeah, it looks like this Kickstarter had some actual production stuff here. So look at that. This is the Caverns and Mines starter set. So this actually looks like a legit, like, actual, like, you know, product that you would find in the store. And we got another one. Same deal. And we got some paint as well. This is all Reaper miniature paint. A nice little selection here. So this is the stuff that I'm going to use to painting these. So that's nice. And then we have all our little bits and bobs, which I'm really surprised. This is all stuff that's like legit, like this is all stuff that's like, this has like, you know, UPCs on it and stuff. So that's really weird that like they actually decided to have a Kickstarter and actually have like products that are like store ready products. That is bizarre. But yeah, no, I knew I was gonna get more than I thought from this. But this is pretty cool that like, this seems like a lot. Let's actually open up one of these mine things here. Take a quick look at this. Do. So, wow, some interesting hacking here. We have the actual mine things are kind of obviously PVC type material. It's got tabs and slots and stuff. So that is interesting. Well, nuts. I'm a little bit shocked that this is as, like, you know, set up like this, because I did not expect that, like, all this stuff would be. So we have the two main extras here. One of which would be the troll hole, and then the other one is going to be the Cavern Mines Orc Warrens, which is interesting. Let's take a look at that real quick. Do. This is one of the extras that. Ooh, wow, that's actually a lot of stuff. Huh. So that's pretty cool. See, now in the preview pictures, it didn't look this nice. So yeah, secret weapon stuff is. They're clearly branching out to do more of the, like, you know, nice little bits of terrain and scatter there. Fireplace. Obviously, I wonder if this is the exact same company that Reaper Bones uses, because this stuff seems very similar to that with the PVC quality. I like the little parts. The little parts seem like they're now as tough as that goes. Let's take a quick look at the troll hole stuff here, and then I think I'm going to wrap this up. I'd be interested to know how much this is going to MSRP for. So we have the troll hole stuff here, which looks pretty impressive. Yeah, I'm going to have to actually paint some of these up to see how they look here. So let's see here. Oh, I get it. So this is like a little, yeah. I actually like that. That's not too bad. So this is just kind of like a little thing that goes on top of it. Then we have the one keep out stone, which is kind of a rough stone that can be put over the entrance here. This is not a bad little set. Now, I don't know how much they're actually going to charge for this, you know, when it actually hits retail. But obviously packaged to sell as a separate little thing. I don't know. That seems pretty good. So yeah, the secret weapon stuff. I think this is going to be really useful for me, because a lot of my, like, campaigns have actually used, like, the old Caverns and Mines stuff. So this is going to look pretty nice. Is there anything specific, anybody, all you three people that are watching this, is there anything specific you want to see from this set? Because I'll pull it out so you can take a look at it. But so far this seems pretty solid. Again, this is one of the Kickstarters that I backed because I was super excited about getting more terrain. And secret weapon stuff before had done like this resin quality stuff. Well, it was resin, like plasticky stuff. I'm not exactly sure what type of material it was, but this is very clearly like the. This is very, very clearly the stuff. Can we see the door? The keep out store. Yeah, I just showed that, but I can show you that again. I can actually take this out of the package. Actually, see, that's what I thought was going to happen. See, I thought the original idea was to have the keep out stone actually in the doorway, but I think this is just kind of a stone that is, I don't know, well, it can go in there. Does it stay in there though? Let's see here. Yeah, it could stay in there. It doesn't stay in there great. I would have this maybe just kind of, but that could be used as a rough doorway. As you can see, a lot of nice detail. No reason not to have detail, obviously. Yeah, there's a tree stump above the door there. So this is clearly supposed to be an outside entrance to a cave thing. So this would be clearly, oh. So we have a little bit of flash here. If you can see, there's a little bit of flash there. There's some like little carvings there. But yeah, no, clearly, I believe it's this side is supposed to be the outside of the door. Interesting little bit of a sculpt here. Then we have the stew pot, which again, this really feels like Reaper. This really feels like the PVC Reaper Bones is using. It doesn't feel like anything different, so I would not be surprised if this is actually the exact same company in China that produced this. I think that I knew that the exact same company was doing it, or I assumed, because I knew they were working with Reaper on this. So I'm not sure, but yeah. And then I believe, well, I'm not exactly sure what exactly this is supposed to be, but this is supposed to be like the little table thing. You can see that. And then there's the there's a little bit of, so I'm not sure if this is supposed to be like a, I don't know what this is supposed to be. I believe this is supposed to be like a really rough, like, chest type thing, maybe? It's like a pile of rubble with a bunch of stuff in it with a bunch of sticks on top. So I'm not sure if this is supposed to be a chest or what. It's an interesting little bit of material, though. And again, very, very, very rubbery. I would say that this is a lot rubberier. This is much more rubbery than the Dwarven Forge materials. And I think I'm going to actually crack open one of the big things here to check out the consistency of one of the main things and just see how that holds up. Because I would assume that this might be a little bit rubbery as well. Interesting. So there's some slight differences here. This set piece, for example, is not rubbery at all. So that's good. I want to see if I can pull out one of the floor pieces. Here we are. Okay. Now when I get my, this actually feels a lot nicer than the bones material, so that's good. Huh. And as you can see, this is all banded together. This stuff is like packed in here like super. I think they figured the exact way to pack it so the maximum amount of space for the boxes that they used. So, but yeah. I was gonna say that this felt a little less rubbery than the Reaper Bones stuff, but yeah, no, it's thinner, obviously, than Dwarven Forge, and it's pretty rubbery, but you can already see it's not exactly. That's the biggest thing that I had with some of the Reaper Bones terrain, is that it just didn't lay flat because it was so rubbery it would start to like warp a little bit. So I think that's what we're gonna see here. Very nice detail. It's just you might have to actually boil some of the larger pieces to get them flat, which is very much a pain, and it's something I wished that I would not have to do. Also interesting that Secret Weapon apparently is coming out with their own paints, even though they worked with Reaper to provide Reaper paint for this Kickstarter. That's interesting. I'm wondering how that's going to fare when they compete against the actual D&D line of paints. Yes, you can always glue it on top of something to, yeah. But yeah, no, I just got this in and I wanted to quick show it off before I started painting it. Yeah, so I don't think I'm going to do anything real fancy for this. Like I said, this is like Reaper Bone type material, but it, you know, I mean, this is obviously much. It's not like Reaper Bone 1. I think the vast majority of this stuff is similar to Reaper Bone, like, you know, 3, where, you know, some of the pieces were a little bit more stiff and thus could be painted better. But yeah, that was the Tablescape Realms Kickstarter that I entered. And I certainly got a lot of stuff, which was really nice. And I'm hoping that we're gonna get some. I can already see this is gonna be very useful for my games, but unless you're doing something specifically geared towards this, I don't know if I could recommend it or not. I would really have to actually sit there and paint it and see how well it got painted and everything before I start to recommend or not recommend this. It looks nice, obviously. There's no issue with the detail. The only issue I can see is that Similar to the Reaper Bones, I'd be worried about this stuff warping a little bit. And, whew, boy, honestly, in this case, I almost wish they would have raised the cost and thus gotten a little bit more stiffer material. Because a lot of this stuff, obviously, is warped as heck. Obviously, this stuff is supposed to all be straight, and it's already, like, warped because it was packed this way. So I'll have to see how this fits together and stuff and see if there's any issues. So any other quick questions before I close this lovely summer live stream out in the open and the undisclosed location where I have been put aside here? All right. Well, if that's it, then thank you very much for stopping in and watching this live stream. And I will certainly have some streams where I paint this stuff, and I'll definitely have some streams where I show off the stuff that I have painted, and I will let you know then if there's any other issues with this product. So you guys have a nice afternoon and have a great weekend.